Ito po ang contents ng report ko. Okay, author comes, self-concept and facilitator. So, self-concept, positive self-concept, believe teachers serve as the facilitator, encourage, and helper. Students are encouraged to take an active role in their own learning. The teacher takes on the role of facilitator, coaching, prompting, and assisting. Students in developing and assessing their knowledge and as a result of their learning. So next, good teacher. What is a good teacher? How do you describe a good teacher? Okay, so teachers play important influence on the lives of students. As a teacher, it is your responsibility to bring out the best in your students and inspire them to achieve greatness. Students are seen as the nation's and humanity's future, and a teacher is seen as a trustworthy guide for development. Teachers are responsible for creating a child's future, making him or her a better human being. Okay, so next slide po. Okay, dito na po tayo sa description of a good teacher. Okay, one is well-informed. Good teacher have an deep and current knowledge of their subjects as well as a complete awareness of how students learn specific courses. Effective teaching necessitates that the teacher's subject matter expertise. Teachers must have a comprehension of what they are teaching. Okay, so next is very sensitive to feelings. Okay, very sensitive to feelings. They know how learning normally occurs in a subject and the types of misunderstanding that are common among students. Teachers are well-versed in their pupils' unique interests, backgrounds, motivation, and learning styles. School should place a strong emphasis on the mastering of fundamental skills like reading. Okay. So next is positive self-concept. Okay, positive self-concept. Teachers play an essential role in instilling can-do attitudes and boosting confidence by setting students up for success and providing frequent positive feedback. Teachers also act as a facilitator and encourage students in studying. This is how to help your learners develop and maintain healthy self-esteem. Next is helps all students do their best. Okay, they teach students how to become responsible and assist them in their learning and how to learn for the rest of their lives. The abilities and requirements of students vary. The teacher must comprehend this in order to properly teach all students. Okay, students' needs must be reflected in the teaching and relationship with them, as well as a knowledge of them as a person. Okay, number 5, uses many different methods. Okay. A good teacher can explain and show concept in a number of ways of a variety of learners with different learning styles. A good teacher is also a good learner as they observe how their students learn and adjust their instruction accordingly. Okay, so next slide po. Okay, dito na tayo sa self-directed learning. Okay, next slide po. Okay, so self-directed learning involves students learning what they want and need to learn. It is a way of examining or evaluating the quality of learning. The learning is focused on what is the interest and what the students are doing and learning and the activities given to them. Okay, so next is not teacher-centered. Teacher is more of a facilitator rather than a disciplinarian. The teacher helps the learners or student get to their goals. It supports and offers advice when needed. The teacher is a direct learning helper, manage and guide the students. Okay po, next slide po. Ma'am, next slide po. Ma'am Jayan. Okay, so next is idea is the passion for a subject that will motivate students to learn. Okay, so passion for subject matter is important. Students are passionate about the subject, they are more willing to take extra step and make effort to gain additional knowledge. Okay, so next is ignite students passion for learning while grades do the opposite. Okay, so it excites the students to learn and be self-motivated. Academic passion is positively correlated with academic self-efficiency. Okay, so next slide po. Okay, self-evaluation, assessment, and thinking. Okay, dito muna tayo sa assessment. Assessment, truthful assessment of one's work. Students check and monitor the quality of their own work and learning outcomes. Students must be able to engage in self-reflection and self-evaluation of their learning goals and progress in their study. Okay, dito na tayo sa thinking. Teach a student to think what they have done and what they can still do. So, let the students identify their learning needs, areas of strength and weaknesses. Next, encourage the student to ask questions and encourage decision making. And let the student recognize their achievement and how can still be able to do more and improve their work. Okay, next slide po. Okay? Humanistic theory. The pros and versus the cons. Okay, humanistic theories. The pros and cons of the pros and cons of humanistic theory. Okay, dito muna tayo kay pros. Okay. Pros. First, students are excited about learning because of choice. Oh. Allows students to excel in what they are interested in. Focus Focus is on each individual students and teachers from closer relationship with students. Dito naman po muna tayo kay pros. Okay. Student-centered learning is a practical application of the humanistic learning theory. Learning about student-centered education and other humanistic techniques to employ in the classroom is beneficial for both existing and aspiring educators. These methods can be extremely beneficial in assisting kids in genuinely learning and succeeding in their studies. Learn more about humanistic learning theory and how to put it into practice in the classroom. Okay. Teach students how to learn in humanistic learning theory. Good teacher help pupils acquire learning skills because students are in charge of their own learning. Assisting them in understanding the best way to learn is critical to their success. Okay, so dito naman po tayo kay cons. Okay, so possible lack of education in areas students are interested in. Next, extroverted students dominate classroom conversation, difficulty implementing in current education system. Okay, so because the humanistic approach focuses on individual growth, the concept of rivalry is minimized. As a result, pupils who learn using a humanist methods are less competitive than students who learn in traditional school. This puts kids from humanist schools at a disadvantage when they enter the workforce or university after graduation. Overall, humanist education does not result in improved performance. While the humanist approach emphasizes the individual in the classroom, students spend the majority of their time in class working in groups. As a, as a result, students are more likely to talk about things that are unrelated to the topic at hand. Furthermore, it leads to extroverted individuals monopolizing the topic, putting more introverted students at a significant disadvantage. Furthermore, low achieving students frequently experience embarrassment or guilt in a group setting as they are afraid of diminishing the group's total performance. Okay, ma'am. Next slide po. Okay. In conclusion, humanistic provides a holistic... Okay na po yan, ma'am. Next slide po. Tapos na po ang pros and cons. Okay, so in conclusion, humanistic provides a holistic approach to learning by keeping the focus on the child. The student is respected as an individual and is responsible for making decisions about their learning. Learning should be tailor-made for each student, and through this process, students will discover learning habits that fit their needs best. Okay, so that's all my report po. Thank you po for listening.